yes. I have to say hello to you because I have been tracking, and I am aware that things are now underway, and you have also incorporated something new. But I want you to just say hi, hail up to the audience before we start doing anything else.
Yes, a hearty good evening or good night to the In the Zone Linkage Radio listeners.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Bless them.
Of course. You know something, I was saying to myself, boy, when we were growing up, we were excited about music, always have been. It's in our blood, right? We're from the West Indies, specifically Jamaica. I'm speaking to you live from Jamaica. And we always loved music, whether it was done by the rum bar. In my community, there was a gentleman called Roy Cole who owned a bar, so you had the jukebox. And as children, you're not allowed inside, but you could jam to a little beat that you hear. The men would pop in their coins and play their selections, right? And years later, you decided that something is missing. A key ingredient is missing out of the lives of children, and something that will, 1, bring success, 2, bring them together, 3, make them happy, make them feel respected. They are able to master craft. So that is my pointed way of introducing what you're doing through the Jamaica's school band competition in Jamaica. Share how you started with our audience.
Okay, so it was about 5 years ago, since we're now going into our 5th season.
Right.
Or I should say 7 years ago, when we actually came up with the idea while I was rehearsing with Gumption Band. Gumption Band at that time was one of the top backing bands in Jamaica. And we were having a conversation during the rehearsals, and the musicians, just expressing how they don't feel respected, and it was so difficult to get promoted as a member of a band, and they feel like they always wish that if they got an early start, they feel like things would be better for them, in their career and stuff. So at the time, I was being told that, I should come up with a good idea. I would get the assistants to develop a television program. And so, in thinking about it, they're like, okay, we should probably could have a school band competition. But it was just, on a whim. And so I did.
Whim indeed. Yeah.
Okay, well, I didn't even know if there were bands in school or anything. I just, it was just an idea. So, I decided to call up the schools, go on a Google search and start to put some numbers together for some schools, and called up and asked me, if they had bands, and some of the schools had bands and others said no. What they said is they had was instruments. Some had instruments, some had students who could play the instruments, and that was about it. It was like, so we decided to go on an island-wide, training and workshop with the music teachers, and did some events across the island, taking the bands on the road, and started to groom them. And then 2 years into it, we started the competition.
Okay. Now, this year, what makes it different this year? Because I read your press release and I noted that something is going to be kicked off on October 30th.
Right. This year, we are increasing the educational aspect of it. We partnered with the Jamaica Intellectual Property Office and the Jamaica Association for Composers, Authors and Publishers, which is JCAP. They are into the business of intellectual property. And so we have a record number of schools on board this time around. We started the entry procedures very early,
Mm-hmm.
earlier than usual, and already we have up to 18 schools on board.
Oh, there you go.
Most we've ever had.
Because last year, how many did you have on board?
Last year we only had 12, and this year
12.
we're up to 18.
Oh my goodness.
And we started with 8.
Now, in terms of the gender status, have you checked how many girls, how many boys?
Well, I know for the second season, of the first season we had we had two all girls bands. We had
Mm-hmm.
Fox College and Holy Childhood.
Mm-hmm.
So those are the all girls school, and they had bands. Since then, however, the girls are mostly vocalists. We're still working hard to encourage the girls to take up instruments.
Right,
You know?
right. Mm-hmm.
So,
Mm-hmm.
so yes, so we're looking at, last year we had a bass player, a female bass player that was a part of the Camperdown band.
Mm-hmm.
And that was like rare. But in our primary school category for the winning band, St. Lucia's Primary, they have mostly girls in their band. You know, they have a female
Yes.
saxophonist,
Mm-hmm.
female bass player, and the vocalists who are females. So the females are getting into it.
They're getting into
They're
it.
getting it.
Right.
Yes, they're
Now,
getting into it.
what has the accomplishment been like in terms of the appreciation for what you are doing and the benefits to these young people who are in their schools or in their communities, their churches? Because, churches are always looking for musicians.
For musicians,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yes.
Yes, that's true, and I can tell you that for a lot of the students that come out of the competition, they also play at their churches.
Mm-hmm.
And also what we find is that a growing number of them are going on to Edna Manley College, where before the parents would be so supportive of them pursuing music so much.
Yes.
You find that they're more supportive now. When they come to the competition and they see them on the stage and they see how passionate they are about it
Mm-hmm.
and how well they are doing,
Mm-hmm.
then they tend to, be more supportive,
Yes.
of them going on to further their career in music.
Mm-hmm.
What they're trying to tell the parents is that what it is that it is the fact that Jamaica is a global superpower when it comes to culture and music.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
The fact that we haven't really capitalized on it is a testament of our abilities, more than that we didn't really take care of the business aspect
Mm-hmm.
of the thing.
Mm-hmm.
But the creativity and the talent is oozing out. And when you put those children on the stage, and you see them, the raw talent, and you understand you take up moving and nurturing and you can imagine.
Right.
And and then to add a knowledge of the business, the copyright, and protecting the intellectual property.
Mm-hmm.
Then you can see, well, it would be,
Yes, something
amazing.
great. Something great will be coming.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, to those
Yes.
of you who are on Facebook Live, I'm speaking with Adriene Rayven Amani Higgins of Jorja Events Media. She's speaking to me live from Jamaica, West Indies. And she started what is called the Jamaica's Best School Band competition. How long has it been running now, Rayven?
We're going into our 5th season.
Your
So
5th
far, we
season.
have schools from right across Jamaica. We have Belmont Academy down here in Westmoreland,
Mm-hmm.
Clarendon College, Cornwall College,
Mm-hmm.
Woolmer's Boys,
Yeah.
Tivoli,
Mhm.
Gardens High.
Mm-hmm.
Go to Portland, we have Happy Grove and Fair Prospect
Mm-hmm.
in there. And come to Kingston, we have former champion St. Andrew Technical
Mm-hmm.
in there. So there's quite a lot of schools on board in the nation.
Right.
All preparing. They're in preparation mode now for the school visit. We'll be kicking off the school visit at
Lots of-
Seaport in St. Thomas
Yes.
on Monday, and
Mm-hmm.
we'll be doing a lunch hour concert with the band. There, so then we'll preparing for that.
Mm-hmm.
We'll engage the entire school population, get the boys going and the band going.
Yes, yes. Congratulations, my dear. Congratulations. Who are your sponsors and your judges?
Okay, so our judges is of course iconic musicians, talking about people like Mr. Lloyd Parks.
Mm-hmm.
Lloyd Parks and with the people
People
band, and
band.
of course Mr. Ibu Cooper,
Mm-hmm.
one of the founders of Third World,
Mm-hmm.
now lecturer at England College.
Mm-hmm.
And of course we have Mr. Frankie Campbell of Fab Five in there as well. He's
Okay.
always there.
Mm-hmm.
He's
Mm-hmm.
a sponsor. We have Chase Fund and Edna College is also a sponsor.
Mm-hmm.
Course, we're always looking for more support. We can always use more support. There's
Yes.
also Mr. Paul Miles of the Gateway to Life Foundation, who has donated musical instruments for top bands. So we'll be able to, give drum sets, saxophone, clarinet, flute,
Mm-hmm.
to our top bands. And
Mm-hmm.
so we're looking to do more of that for the next season as well.
Okay. I'm trying to get as much out of you right now so that our audience globally, because those who are tuned in on the Facebook Live, good evening, Facebook Live friends, those who are tuning in via the World Wide Web, linkageradio.com, hello to you, tune in radio, the Linkage Radio app. I want to let everyone know that I'm speaking with Rayven Amani out of Jamaica, and she started the Jamaica's Best School Band competition. And this year they are going all around the island of Jamaica, starting on Monday, October 30th. They will visit 7 of the 16 participating high schools. And the visits will include music presentations from Jippo and JCap, as well as performances and one-on-ones with guest artists and numerous other things. Now,
Yes.
Raven, I'm sure this requires a lot of strategic planning because
Yes.
you're talking about the entire 14, 14 parishes across the island. So how are you able to mobilize the people with whom uh, you work, who are on your team, the schools, and getting everybody in sync so that the competition will be just great and rewarding?
Right, right. So I have to just big up my team, which is a very small team, but they get the job done. And once we go into the school, though, we hear the stories from the students, students talking about how they would be, principals telling us that the students are giving trouble and they send them down to the music room
Yes.
and they form like a extended family and their grades are improving and
Mm-hmm.
their whole behavior,
Mm-hmm.
is improving. And
Mm-hmm.
so the team is always excited to get the job done. And
Yes.
so we have Mr. Christopher Cranston, who is based in Florida, and he actually flies back and forth on a regular basis to help us with the production side of things.
Mm-hmm.
If you go to our YouTube channel, we have quite a bit of content on the YouTube channel. It's Jamaica's Best School Band,
Yes.
and you can see some of the students in action
Mm-hmm.
there. But as
Mm-hmm.
I say, it's mostly the fact that when learning to play an instrument, it can do so much for an individual because it takes a lot of commitment and dedication to learn to play an instrument to get to a point where you can actually play it to a level where you can be on a stage to represent yourself and represent your school.
Mm-hmm.
And and so, sometimes when we go in and the teachers might say, it's so hard to get them to come to rehearsal and they're not playing to the level that and by the time we, give them a pep talk and kind of give them an insight into some of the possibilities,
Mm-hmm.
then, okay, sometimes the transformation is like so mind-blowing.
It's amazing, right?
It's, it's
Because
amazing, yes.
you see, and music is also a discipline. Because in order for you
Yes.
to do well, you have to have the interest, the passion, you have to be attentive, And it
Mhm.
requires that of them. And if they want to, it's a competition, which means everybody wants to win,
Right,
right?
right.
Everybody
And
wants to
so
win.
we emphasize, because we do have sectional prizes as well.
Hmm.
We give prizes to the most disciplined band. These are some of the things that we want to emphasize, that it's not just about having the talent, but you have to be disciplined. You
Right.
have to be dedicated.
Hmm.
Yourself first was the most dedicated and the most improved. So the band, there might be a band who never start the competition so well, but they work and they improve growth and they get the prizes. And the
Hmm.
prizes range from they do recording, because one of the rounds they have to prepare an original song,
Right.
right? Compose lyrics and rhythm and everything, and
Hmm.
so
Hmm.
they get recorded. Some of the top producers we have here on the island, like
Hmm.
Donovan Jermaine, some like Bennett, you know.
Hmm. Hmm. Well, I must say we are very proud of you, proud of those who have come on board with you. Music is just thriving in Jamaica, and the young, they are eager to be a part of it. So can you imagine when that moment of transition comes, when
Mhm.
those who are seasoned musicians in Jamaica will just want to
Right.
hand over the baton to these young people and
Mhm.
say, run with it. What a thing that's
Yes.
going to be like. And it takes a vision. You are a visionary, and it is unfolding before our eyes. And we commend you. We commend you, Raven, for it. Any other scoop that I have not asked you that you'd like to share with the audience here?
Okay, just to support, go online, go on the Facebook page. You are on Facebook, JBSB Nation, on Instagram, JBSB Nation. Follow, share with your friends, spread the word.
Hmm.
We want to have everybody involved. Actually, the vision is we see what Chance is doing with track and field, and we feel like JBSB can be that platform
Right.
for young musicians, to rise up and dominate globally.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, I am proud of you. 6 minutes and counting to 7 o'clock. Raven is speaking to me live from Jamaica. Want to say hello to those on the Facebook Live. Good evening to Rennie. Hey, Rennie. How are you? Rennie is in Portland. Hey, Ren. Good evening to
Yes.
Charmaine. Portland. Rennie's from Portland. You know, he's, well, gone back to Yard, right, Ren? So, hey, Rennie. And to Nadine and to Cynthia and Errol and all those who are stopping by the Facebook. Good evening. Chatting up with Rayven Amani out of Jamaica with the Jamaica Best School Band Competition. And they are going to be kicking off on October 30th. They're going to be visiting 7 of the 16 participating. It's 16 or 18?
It's up to 18 now, because the entry
Right.
is closed tomorrow, actually. So
Okay.
up to today, it went up to 18.
Hmm.
We can't go much further than there, budgetary constraints and all these things. The team
Right.
is small, so we
Okay.
try to keep
Okay.
it at a number, even though we
Yes.
have a number of people still calling and, expressing their interest and everything.
Or and a final note here of observation: the release airs every Friday night on CVM TV at 9 p.m. with a repeat. That's 9 p.m. Jamaica time.
Yes.
So it would be what, 10 hour time. So those of us who can log on to CVM on a Friday evening at 10 o'clock,
Yes.
and then there will be a repeat on Saturdays at 10 p.m., which is 11 p.m. here, with additional
Right.
rebroadcasts on Hype TV and all of that good stuff. So I'm giving you all the
Yes. They
information
will
you
be
need.
carrying everything JBSB.
Wonderful. So we can get a taste and feel a part of the competition. Wrapping it up with Rayven
Right.
Amani, ladies and gentlemen, with the Jamaica, oh boy, school band competition going on, the best of the best. And your final comments for us here in New York.
Well, our motto is always strive for excellence, strive on greatness. And
That's right.
so that would be my final thought. And of course, thanks again to the entire Inside the Zone family and to you, Lady B, for always supporting,
Yes, my love.
always spreading the word.
Welcome, welcome,
Truly, truly
welcome.
appreciate it.
You're
Yes,
welcome.
I can't wait to get to New York, and I still don't know when it's going to
Yes.
happen, but I keep pushing it out in the universe. It needs to happen
Yeah.
sooner than later.
All right, all right. It will happen. It will happen. And then when it does, you'll be sitting across from me so we can chat
All
more.
right.
Right?
Yes.
All right. Take it
Yes.
easy and all the best on
All
Monday.
righty.
Okay?
Yes.
All
Take
right.
care.
Thanks for
Yes.
joining me. All right. Bye bye. That is Rayven Amani. She started what is called Jamaica's Best School Band Competition. 18 schools participating this year, and they will be kicking off on Monday. They will visit 7 of the 18 participating high schools, and the visits will include music presentations from JIPO or JIPO and JCAP. You know, we do a lot of acronyms in Jamaica. Everything there's an acronym, as well as performances and one-on-ones with guest artists. And this is all brought to you by Jorja Events Media, and they are really working hard. It's a lot of work to be putting so many participants, 18, and she doesn't have a large group of people, so strategically that must be something for them, to work out the logistics and so on, but it is working. So kudos to her, kudos to her. Wrapping up the show, 2 minutes and counting to 8 o'clock. We end at 8 and I gotta go. I have an appointment, a very, very, very important appointment that I have to meet. And so I'm going to be switching gears and leaving you. Thanks to those. Hi, Robert. How are you? Want to say hi to Charmaine. Hey, Charmaine Williams and Robert. How is your name? Craigus Dunkley? I have to get the pronunciation right so nobody beat me up over their names. And all those who stop by, to those of you on Linkage Radio 101.7 and 104.5 FM, thank you for joining me. The show is brought to you by Andrew Bennett Consulting LLC. The truth about failure turning your losses into wins, brought to you here on Mondays on the show called Inside the Zone, 5:30 p.m. And also brought to you by Ferguson Wright LLC. Improving financial health one client at a time. Donna Ferguson. Give her a call at 732-734-1829. That's 732-734-1829. It has been a great Thursday evening. I'm looking forward to being back here on Monday to do it all over again with the Monday Drive, keeping you in the know in the city you walk, drive, and reside. Take it easy, everybody. I am yours truly, Lady D. And of course, I'm saying bye to my Facebook Live friends. I'm out of here.